your purse?
Yes.
Did you leave it over there by? Over there? No. In the kitchen? Huh.
Would everyone look around and see if you see a brown purse about so long?
Is that your water?
No.
That might be the water that she's there. Oh my goodness, this is like a pretty full. I feel like I've been going since 5 this morning.
Good, then we all need to go upstairs and get
Okay, I'll go with you.
because up here we have this, and we have
Yes. Thank you.
okay, so this is what we have for that. That's what we have for this. Do you want to add more to that?
Oh, yes. They're supposed to carpool. Next Sunday. Tables and chairs. And roll silverware. I don't know, I think she probably just wants to remind them, but that maybe,
Walking the dogs, you can just show our natural beauty. I don't think we need to have her stand up. I think that's, oh, that's this coming Wednesday.
yeah. So we can read this, and then if we can look at her and see if there's something else she wants to say.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, maybe she changed the date or something.
Okay, so next Sunday after service. What do
We
you mean
need
by
people to move the tables and chairs into trucks so that we can take them out to.
Okay. Two. And then roll circle. Okay. Okay, then I can handle it.
Okay, sounds good.
Sometimes I don't like it when I get up and speak.
I know.
Because she just goes on and on, so I think it's probably just better if I just do that.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Yeah, and I can empathize with that totally.
Yeah, especially today with everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's got that. I've got that.
And I wrote myself notes for the opening because I always forget to say stuff.
It's already after 10:30.
Okay, and you have to gong.
I have to go.
That's what he does now.
I've always wanted to do that. One more time. And the service begins.
Good morning, Unity friends, and good morning, YouTube friends. Is someone operating the camera? Okay. I'm Marlene Bottenfield. I'll be your platform assistant today, and Patricia Haller will be giving the talk today. Are there any new or visiting people today? It's good to have you here. Were you able to get one of those welcome? Awesome. Thank you. We're glad you're here. Let's see. And I don't see Sandy Spurgeon, so we may not have a chaplain for after the service.
She's on vacation.
Okay. So Kathy Lee will be our chaplain for after the service today. In the beginning was the one presence of the undivided and unmanifest pure spirit of life, light, and love. In its generosity, it shared itself, its consciousness, and its love in the visible form of creation. We acknowledge this presence within us and as us, the creative energy of the divine feminine and masculine, expressing in all our giftedness and creativity. We acknowledge this presence in our companion, Mother Earth, and in all sentient beings. This universal presence in everything we call the Christ. We light this candle as a visible reminder of that Christ presence expressing in, as, and through us. In this present now moment, it is the truth. Let us own it. And now if you'll stand for our opening song with Gabriel and Angela.
practicing the presence of illuminated light. We stand together as one, witnessing the essence of the thing behind all life. We stand together in love, and we all join hands and our hearts open wide. Come feel the power of love inside. Yes, we walk in love and we stand for peace, practicing the presence of the one, practicing the presence of the one, practicing the presence of illuminated light. We stand together as one, witnessing the essence of the thing behind all life. We stand together in love, and we all join hands and our hearts open wide. Come feel the power of love inside. Yes, we walk in love and we stand for peace, practicing the presence of the one, practicing the presence of the one, practicing the presence of the one.
So as you take your seats this morning, I invite you just to go within and take that beautiful deep breath in and just let it out. Allow your body to just relax into the chair that you're sitting on. Feel the peace and the harmony and the love of the one. There is only one presence and one power, active in the universe and in our lives. God the good, omnipotent. The presence and the power of God surrounds you right now, right at this very, very moment. That presence and power is in you, as you, healing you, prospering you, loving you in a way that nothing else can love you. And we accept this love this morning. We accept it into every cell of our body, every part of our being. We accept it, we acknowledge it, and we allow it to do the work that it wants to do in our lives. And its work is always for our good, for greater health, greater prosperity, greater love, greater life. And as we accept that for us, we also hold that for others. And so now we turn our attention to those who have requested some prayer. Barb Wally, Dave McGlinister, Jim Jacobs, Amy Rutherford, Wesley Rayleigh, Carol Solid, Amy Says, Debbie Chamati, Linda in New Mexico fire area, Sydney's best friend, Margie and Todd Sloan, Jim Verline, Genevieve Verline, John and Claudia Martin, Joshua Hill, Shona Hugh, Alex Klimovics, Mary Lynn Peters, Mark Wandrow, Melanie, Kathy Eville, Belia, Stephanie Frazen, Bob Edmondson, Jackie Gamage, Sharon Watson, Sushila Mertens, Gregory Palmerino, Gail White, Angelina White, Gertha and George Nivo, John Luminaire Wins. And prayers for our children's program at Unity. We vision a growing, thriving youth ministry. Peace in the Ukraine, and prayers of comfort for all the Ukrainian and the Russian people. And of course, we also hold those within our hearts that we know would like prayer for peace, for health, for love, for harmony, for abundance. And for all those, we say, thank you, sweet Spirit. Amen and amen. And now we'll have the reading of our daily word.
Forgive. I begin my journey of forgiveness. Unforgiveness is a heavy bag of rocks I carry on my shoulders. When I drop the bag and begin to set the rocks aside, one by one, I embark on a healing journey. God is with and within me on this journey as my constant support and strength. When forgiveness feels difficult, I need only return my attention to Spirit's constant loving and accepting presence within me. Reestablishing my conscience connection brings warm and welcoming acceptance. It is an important step in the unburdening process of forgiveness. I forgive others as well as myself, knowing each act of forgiveness increases my freedom to live a happy and fulfilling life. And from Colossians 3:13, bear with one another, and if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. Let's now begin our meditation on forgiveness. Take a deep, calming breath in and then out, centering yourself. Forgiveness is a beautiful tool. The word give is found right in the middle. That's because it's a gift that always involves more than one. We are here on this planet because we're not perfect. We make mistakes when we are unconscious and disconnected from our higher self. When we release judgment, we forgive. Let's look within first. Chances are you have many things to forgive yourself for. Imagine a container in front of you. You have filled it with all your mistakes, with all your self-judgment. Reach inside the container and pull out one of your self-judgments. Turn it around. Look at it carefully. Listen to it. Feel it. Think of one lesson you learned about love from this air. Now tell it, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Hold that judgment in your hand and lift your hand up, releasing it into the air. It sprouts wings and flies away, melting in the air. Now turn and put the lid on your container of your other self-judgments. Spend some time each day this week carefully taking your self-judgments out of the container, holding them, giving them love, and releasing them. Now let's look at when you have judged others or they have judged you. These are the same, really. They can both be healed with forgiveness. Imagine another container in front of you, filled with these judgments. Reach inside the container and pull out 2 of these judgments. One when you judged someone else, and one when someone judged you. turn them each around. Look at them carefully. Listen to them. Feel them. Think of one lesson you learned about love from each of these mistakes. Now tell them, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Hold these judgments in your hand and lift your hand up, releasing them into the air. They sprout wings and fly away, melting into the air. Now turn and put the lid on your container of your other judgments. Spend some time each day this week carefully taking your judgments out of the container, holding them, giving them love, and releasing them. There is another serious judgment that occurs in our world. It is the judgment that creates fear and hate and distrust among groups of people. The healing of this judgment requires that the first two judgments be healed first. The healing found in this forgiveness is powerful beyond words. It can heal our world and create unity and community. Imagine a third container in front of you. You have filled it with all the judgments groups of people hold against each other. Reach inside the container and pull out one of these judgments. Turn it around. Look at it carefully. Listen to it. Feel it. Think of one lesson you and the world can learn about love from this mistake. Tell it now, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. Hold that judgment in your hand and lift your hand up, releasing it into the air. It sprouts wings and flies away, melting into the air. Now turn and put the lid on your container of humankind's judgments. Spend some time each day this week carefully taking a judgment out of the container, holding it, giving it love, and releasing it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. You may either stay in this meditative state or join in the next song of loving kindness.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy.
Good morning, everyone. Obviously, I'm not Reverend Jerry. For those who do not know me, I am Patricia Haller. I am the licensed Unity teacher here at Unity in the Gold Country, and I am the spiritual leader of a small Unity church in Lower Lake. So it's Unity Clear Lake Center that I go to twice a month. And the reason Reverend Jerry isn't here is that he's not feeling very well, and he hasn't been for several days. So I left him off our original prayer list because I wanted to have all of us just close our eyes for a moment, go into our heart centers, and just blast him with love. Just send him all the love that you have inside of you for him. And just send it out to him. Let's just blast him with it. Thank you. So, for those of us in Unity, we know the statement that I've said this morning. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. But how many of us believe that, truthfully? Or how many of us still believe that there is a God that is all-powerful, all-knowing, all-present everywhere, and at the same time that we have lack, limitation, illness, poverty, struggle going on? And here's where it gets tricky. You know, we know with our entire beings, at a certain level within ourselves, that there really only is one presence and one power in our lives. However, what we see around us does not represent that. And it doesn't really support that for us when we're first learning that that's the truth of our being. And the thing is that for those who are still struggling with owning that for themselves, we look around at some of the things that are happening and we say, where is God in that? And the answer is right in the midst of it. God is in the midst of everything and everyone, no matter what is happening in this world. Only at some level, we don't believe that, or we wouldn't be seeing what we're seeing in the world. So there is that part that doesn't believe it, and the challenge is you won't believe it until you begin to see everything around you in a different way. There is this wonderful book out that a lot of us are studying called The Way of Mastery. And it talks about how everything is neutral. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just what is. There's no judgment of anything or anyone. And in the last section of the book, it states that we are co-creators on this earth, and to create clearly, we need to begin to see the world around us without judgment, to become neutral on all events happening around us. Now, I'll tell you, when I first read that, and it's been several years ago now, my first thought was, and just how in the heck are we supposed to do that? Judging nothing as good or bad, right or wrong? How can we do that? Well, I love Joel Goldsmith's book, The Thunder of Silence, because in there he writes, the practice of seeing neither good nor bad can begin at this very moment with any object or person that comes within the range of your vision. It is simpler to begin the practice with some object or person with whom you are not emotionally involved. So 2 weeks ago, we had Mother's Day. And some of us received these bouquets of flowers, some roses or just multi-flowers. And my son gave me this most gorgeous, beautiful bouquet of multicolored roses. And to me, they were beautiful. They were so fragrant. I mean, they just, when I was taking them home from his place, they filled the car with this perfume that was just out of the world. But when I got home, I got to thinking about this neutral aspect, not judging. And I realized that in a way, I had actually passed judgment on the roses because I called them good. I called them beautiful. I called them wonderful. And when in reality, the roses were just the roses. And Goldsmith wrote, acknowledge that these flowers in and of themselves have no power whatsoever. They're not good, they're not bad. And so I was thinking, well, I could see where I wouldn't call them bad because to me they were beautiful. But, you know, why aren't they good? So, and he says that the answer is that they're not good in the sense that good is embodied in them. The good is in the consciousness of the person who gave them to you. That's where the good comes from. Because the good is in the love that was behind you receiving this bouquet. And he says love is the substance that sent the flowers to you. And the love is represented with the flowers. And he said, if you were to call these flowers good, then in 3 or 4 days, when they started to fade, which all they do, and you have to throw them away, then you would have lost your good. But since the real good was in the love from the person who gave them to you, no matter what happens to the flowers, you will always have the good. You will always have the love, because you will remember this person gave me those beautiful flowers. But let's say you have hay fever. Or you are allergic to the certain flower that this person in their love gave you. Well, you wouldn't be saying the same thing about that bouquet that I did. You know, you might not call them bad, but you also might step away when that person is bringing that bouquet to you, which then closes you down to receive the love that is behind these flowers. So, all this time, whether you're calling them good or you're not really calling them bad, but you're struggling with accepting them, with accepting that the roses are still just the roses. Once again, they of themselves are neither good nor bad. It's our reaction to that which we are being given. And Goldsmith wrote, "The value of the object lies in the love around them. And even if you call them bad, you can still accept the love from which they are given." So it's our interpretation of anything around us that we then call good or bad, right or wrong. And Goldsmith wrote, "And as you sit there contemplating these flowers, for them to be right, wrong, good, or bad, contemplate that flowers are neither beautiful nor ugly, good or bad, and suddenly into that vacuum will come the awareness of what it is you are looking at, and then you will find that it is much more than just a bouquet of flowers. And you can say, 'Flowers, flowers, you are nothing.' Using my unconditional mind as an instrument, I realize Source created you in its own image and likeness. Source gave you your color, your form, your beauty, and your perfume. And therefore, you are not good and you are not bad. You are perfect. Of yourself, you are nothing, but by the virtue of the grace of Source that created you, you are perfect." So as we take what Goldsmith says and we use this to start the process of what the Way of Mastery talks about, of becoming neutral, and we just take that bouquet of flowers and we study them, and we realize that as much as maybe we like them or we dislike them, they of themselves are neutral. And this can begin our process, our step forward into learning to see more and more things as neutral. We can't jump to atrocities that are killing people, harming people, and find neutrality in that. If we cannot find neutrality in a chair is just a chair. We call it good or bad depending on how comfortable we find it. But of itself, it's just a chair. It's perfect. The rose is just a rose. And in its God creation, it's perfect. Someone around you who is acting in a way that you don't care for is a judgment from you toward them. Each and every person in our lives is a creation of God. At its source, in the center of our being, is the God creation, is the spark and the light of God itself inside of us. We are the expression of source on this planet. Some of us are expressing it more and more to our fullness, and others are not expressing it quite as much. But we are still, at our core, God-centered. At our core, we have the spark of life of the God within us. Therefore, at our core, we are perfect. Someday, all of us can see that. Right now, if we can't see that in everyone, we start where we're at. Each day can be a new day to choose to look at life from a neutral standpoint. And Goldsmith wrote, "Glorify the Creator of all form, and when you do that, you only have God power within you. And that for one brief moment, you will be right back in the Garden of Eden where there is not a single problem and there is not a force or a power acting upon you negatively or positively. There is not good or bad. You are just suspended in an atmosphere of peace." And to me, that's even a better way of doing it. If our mind is only on God, on Source, thanking Source, I mean, I can stand here and I can look at it, all these beautiful faces, and I can say, thank you, God, for each and every person that's sitting here today. Thank you for the beauty and the compassion and the love that each and every one of you share. And I know most all of you. And I know that you are incredibly beautiful, beautiful people. And I see the perfection in you all. When I walk out into the world, sometimes I don't see that. But I can move to where I know that everything is perfect in its own way, which is a state of neutrality. If we could all remember that we are spiritual beings who have come to this earth plane to experience this earth, it would assist us in taking our minds off of what's going on around us, and it would help us to just remember that we all came down here to experience life here, and we all came from Source. In the Way of Mastery, it gives this statement: look around you. Wow, I chose to experience this. Isn't that something? Okay, I'm experiencing this. And how do I feel about it? I don't really care for it. think I'll experience something else. There's no judgment. It's like, like chocolate or peanut butter. Ice cream, that is. I'll take the chocolate, you can have the peanut butter. But there's no judgment against the peanut butter, it's just, I prefer the chocolate. So, if we can move to a state of less and less judgment, more and more to a state of neutralness. Nothing's good, nothing's bad. All is perfect from source. And all people at their core are perfect from source. We can actually begin to bring an energy of perfection onto this planet. Every thought you think has an energy that goes out and affects everybody else. So if we see the perfection in another, it helps to bring forth the perfection in that person. And seeing the perfection in another is not judging them in any way. Not good, not bad, not right, not wrong. Just seeing the God source perfection in them. And everything, every single thing in the universe emanates from God, whether we or they acknowledge it. And what Goldsmith wrote, that what creates and perpetrates humanhood is the pair of opposites. The belief that flowers are good, but weeds are bad. The belief that birds are good, but the bugs on the flowers are bad. And if we recognize that all that exists is pure soul, infinitely expressing itself, then eventually we could even see the bugs on the flowers as actually being good, and that they have a place in life, in the spectrum of life. So just remember, a rose is just a rose, is just a rose. Nothing less, nothing more. Just a creation of source on this planet. And so are you. God bless all. Thank you. And this brings us to our time for our love offering. So I invite you to take your tithe, your gift, your love offering out, and I invite you to hold it over your heart. And just as we sent that wonderful love to Reverend Jerry to help him heal, I'm going to invite you, as you hold your tithe or your gift over your heart, to truly fill that with love. Feel the love of Source inside of you. And send that to this gift. Fill this gift with that love. And as we know that as we give, we shall receive. So the more we fill this gift with love, the more we receive love back in many ways. And now, let's join together in saying our love offering blessing. My heart is open to receive and grateful for all my good. I give fearlessly and with love. And so it is. Amen. And do we have ushers for today? Larry, thank you. Oh, thank you very much, Linda. And now we'll have special music, Living in the Heart of God.
Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, and the green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze. Songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of day is done, the moon makes love to the setting sun. The stars come twinkling one by one, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We sleep in dreams both deep and bright, sailing through the velvet night, refreshing the soul of the Spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten.
There we go. Thank you so very much, and a good reminder. Thanks, Larry. And And now we hold these gifts. We hold them in our hearts with blessings to all. And may all this go out not only to help support unity here in the Gold Country, but to support all those that we tithe and gift to also. God bless. So we have a few announcements. The first being Leslie received a text from Reverend Jerry saying thank you for all the love that you have sent his way. And he just has a really bad cold. He doesn't have COVID. So he's good. So the celebration of life for Greg Plank is coming up June 4th, 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. And it's hosted at the home of Cliff and Marlene Bottomfield. So if you have not RSVP'd by now and would like to do that, please call Leslie or email the office and let them know. Marlene does need a head count for that Saturday, so she knows how much to prepare for. So it is important that you call. She's asking everyone to please carpool from here on that Saturday because there's only so much parking area for that. And then next Sunday after service, we're going to need some trucks. We have tables and chairs that we have to load up and take up to Marlene's. So anybody that has a truck that can help out next Sunday after service, we'd appreciate that. As well as you guys with your good muscles that can help load those tables and chairs in. And we need a crew to roll some silverware for that Saturday. So anybody that can stay after service next Sunday, we would greatly appreciate it. And this coming Wednesday, May 25th, the Inspiring Women will meet up at the Wolf Creek picnic area at 10 o'clock. And Kathy, did you want to say anything about that? Oh, come up here, please, Kathy Lee. But it's neutral, yes. It's just a mic.
It's only a mic, right? Hi, everybody. Yes, so Inspiring Women will be meeting up again this Wednesday. Our activities vary from month to month, and we're not about the activity. We're about welcoming each other and accompanying each other on our spiritual journeys together. So please come and join us. Wolf Creek picnic area is actually just below the parking area. So there's picnic tables there for you. Bring your own snack, bring your own drinks, and bring your own puppy, or you can borrow one of ours. I'm so looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, Kathy Lee. And our change for May and June is Sammy's Friends. Sammy's Friends' vision is a safe and caring place for neglected, abandoned, and abused animals to be cared for and rehabilitated when necessary and adopted as quickly as possible into loving homes. So therefore, it's a no-kill place, which is awesome. And MatCon is thriving here at Unity. The first and third Wednesdays of each month, 7 to 8:30 p.m. in person or on Zoom. And every Tuesday is our spiritual exploration group. And they're currently watching videos by Leonard Jacobson. So Tuesday, 10 a.m., look at your email on Mondays, and it has all of the Zoom links for everything going on during the week. And of course, as always, check your e-bulletin for all the details and updates of everything. And now let's have our prayer for protection. There we go. So I invite you to stand. And if you so choose to, you can hold hands. And of course, at the end of this, it says, "And all is well." And I'm going to invite everybody to say what we say at Unity Clear Lake Center, and it's "all is wonderful." And we yell out "wonderful." So let's begin. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, because I am. And all is wonderful. Yay, God. And now, I choose love.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, and it can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because we choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. We choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. We choose love. We choose love. We choose love.
Thank you all for joining with us today. So I want to thank our musicians, I want to thank our ushers, our greeters, all the people up above. So thank all of you for joining with us. And Marlene has brought some veggies from her farm. They are all organic, and it's all done by donation to the center. So look in the back for some good veggies.